Welcome back to Fiscally Fit. For those just joining us, you are watching Fiscally Fit, a series of financial literacy segments ranging from topics in personal finance, credit, home buyers programs, and much more. With us, we have Nicholas Matherin, who's going to help us learn more about why is it that money matters. Welcome, Nicholas.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
We are glad to have you on the show. So, why does money matter? What's the big thing behind budgeting? What is a budget?
Okay. Simply put, a budget is a plan about spending and saving money. It's a very disciplined and responsible way to find out, okay, I've worked hard for this money. Now I have limited resources. How am I going to spend it so I can go about spending my money responsibly so I do not go bankrupt in the long term, and how I can go about meeting my daily financial needs responsibly.
Okay, so how do you create a budget? What are some steps towards creating a budget?
Okay, the easiest thing that I recommend to clients is to pay attention where the money go, okay? You could start by doing a daily spending diary, which, by the way, you can do very conveniently if you have online banking services, because you could go back at the end of the day and see where I swiped my card, how many times, and how much money I spent. You could, if you do that, you can go back and sit down. Did I really need this? Did I really need that? Was that a necessity? And you could also start by measuring how much money I make, your wages, anything you get from public assistance. And you start balancing out how much my budget is and how much am I adding on that I don't really need.
Okay. So give me an example. For instance, let's say for this week I'm budgeting $500. Okay. How would I go about making sure that I'm on track, at the end of the week or at the end of a month? What would be some steps to take?
Okay, you start with your necessities.
Okay.
On a weekly basis, most people try to satisfy the transport. You have to put gas in that car, and you need $50 of gas. You have to eat lunch, or you have to pay this bill. You list that. On that day, this is how much that goes out. And I get paid on a weekly basis. This is how much money will come out of my check. Now, if you should have something left for the saving, if you are working and you're getting paid, and at the end of the day, I'm meeting all of my necessities, but I have nothing less to save, you should pause and say, where's my money going? Basically, you should have a reference. Where's my money going, and how much am I really saving?
Okay, good. Now, in these times, we know that there's many layoffs occurring. So I've heard so much about an emergency fund. What is an emergency fund?
An emergency fund basically is for the times when life happens. We recommend that you keep on reserve in a liquid account 6 times your budget. If you have a budget for $2,000 for the month, you should really have about $12,000 or $18,000 saved. Liquid, you can get access to that.
So that's what liquid means. So liquid is having money that you can take out.
At any time, if you have an emergency, if you get laid off, while you're looking for another job, your expenses are met, there's no damage to your credit, your bills are paid on time until you start going again.
Okay. So what are some ways we can begin to decrease some of our expenses and some of the things that are not necessities? What are some steps towards decreasing that so that we can save money?
Okay. Saving money and having a budget is about making choices. We don't make we work with limited resources. We have to make choices because we cannot have everything that we want. So what you do, you try to control the variables that you have some kind of control on. The variable expenses. When you take out your fixed, meaning things like your rent, your transportation, your insurance, you can work on the entertainment. You could decide not to eat out 3 or 4 times a month. You could decide to rent the movie instead of going out to the movies. The things that you can really control. You don't shop so often because, like Gerlin mentioned in a previous episode, you have to make a choice of paying yourself first. And a budget helps you stay on track. these are some of the basic things that I could recommend. Watch the things that you consume. After you satisfy your necessities, watch your levels of consumption, because that's what can put you over the top.
So are there any type of known softwares or programs that can help someone begin that process for those who may not know how to begin a budget or how to come up with that plan? Are there available services that are provided through Wachovia or other programs?
I'm not aware of a specific software, but if you keep yourself organized financially, for example, if you do have online banking services, you do have direct deposit for your money. If you get paid on a certain date, and you could start tracking your expenses, you could see how much I need to take out that I don't really need. If I get paid $1,500 and I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and it's not really meeting something that is necessary for me, and it's stopping me from saving money, that's where I need to stop. Okay. It's being organized, knowing where your money is going, so you could stop it from going somewhere that's not taking you anywhere for the long term.